Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Jimmy and you're watching Jimboyrulez. Today we're going to review the Audi RS3. So without any further ado, let's dive straight into it. So this is the Audi RS3 and it's got a new owner. And that is Tyler. Tell me more about this car.
So it is a 2019 RS3. It's got the dynamic package, so you get those ridiculous 8-piston brakes up front.
2,000 years later.
So the thing that I absolutely love about the RS models is the big honeycomb front grille.
Yes.
What particularly when they upgraded, I think the 3s, like A3, S3, RS3s, was 2017 with the new headlights, which was like, for some reason, to me it looks like light.
Yeah.
You know, this
very aggressive.
Yeah, very aggressive, very pretty looking front. And the 5-cylinder engine, there are not a lot of companies who have mastered it the way Audi has. This is the same 5-cylinder engine that is on the Audi TT RS as well.
RS.
Yep.
Sounds kind of like a baby R8. It's awesome. Gives that same like scream at
Right.
high RPM. But it's got a big old turbo on it.
So let me touch this point briefly, and that is comparing this to your Focus RS.
Yes.
Now, we made the video on Focus RS, and I'm going to put a link in the description below or up here somewhere.
Rest in peace.
And so the reason why is we were really excited about the Focus RS, that we have this, which is, of course, a way better car, in my opinion at least, a big upgrade.
Yeah.
So the suspension setup. So both are all-wheel drive cars.
Yep.
Both have stiff suspension, but they're a world apart.
So different.
I mean, having driven both and you own both, correct me if I'm wrong when I say this, that the Focus RS is more of a rally suspension.
Absolutely.
A bit more bouncy, even though it's stiffer.
Right.
So you can go off-road with it, like obviously not off-road as in not like a Jeep, not off-roading that way, but like on a dirt track, just maybe drift away.
Yes.
Whereas this is stiff, like more on the road kind of stiff.
Correct.
Right?
But it manages bumps, I think, better than the Focus did. The Focus wants to bounce everything out.
Right.
Which, if you have a full bladder, not the best thing.
Fair enough.
This, if you need to pee, is a little bit more comfortable to not pee your pants.
Let's take it out for a spin.
A few moments later.
Oh, that sound is awesome. I know that a little bit of it is enhanced artificially, but that doesn't bother me.
I mean, I will say that's another little benefit to this car is, oddly, it is one additional cylinder and 0.2 of a liter bigger displacement.
Right.
And it actually does slightly better on fuel. I think it's probably because of the automatic gearbox.
Right.
It's got 7 speeds instead of 6.
It does slightly better on fuel compared to your Focus?
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is all about miles per gallon, really.
Right.
Even with a tune, the DSG on my wife's GTI is not as smart as this DSG. The way it shifts in S is so much better than the GTI. The GTI, it's and the reason I bring up the GTI is because it is the same platform, whether we want to admit it or not. They're all MQB. There's a ton of similarities. This is like a roided out sedan GTI that has all-wheel drive. That's kind of what it is. I hate to say it like that, but essentially what it is.
Right.
But that car with a tune on the DSG is still not as good as this one. Purely the way the transmission behaves during daily driving, because you can tune just the transmission, and the GTI without the tune is awful. Like you should never put it in S transmission, and manual mode shifts take forever.
Right.
It's really, really bad. The tune made it a lot more intuitive in S, but it still really winds itself out to high RPM.
You know what they say, you get what you pay for. The transmission on this feels a lot more alive rather than anything else, like responsive and alive.
Yes.
The Focus RS
Yes.
was significantly slower than this car. No, by no means is that car, the Focus RS, a slow car, but significantly slower than this car. Like when you talk about the drag strip or something like that. The Focus RS felt a lot faster because of the way it was.
Yes.
Whereas this going a hell lot more faster than that does not feel that much faster.
No.
You feel that this car is way more planted. When you have more confidence to push it, when you're less scared to push it, you don't feel the speed, the thrill. I come across a lot of people who say, hey man, the M2 feels a lot faster. And I'm like, in what way? Because the rear wheel drive puts them on the edge where the back slides, which makes them feel more scared, which they relate to as faster. Whereas because of the traction, this keeps you more planted. That gives you the confidence rather than making you feel scared, so you don't feel the speed. But if I'm standing outside with a stopwatch, the RS3 is actually crazy fast. 0-60 in.
So officially rated by Audi, it's like 3.7. I believe it's pretty common to get a 3.6 in real life out of them.
Right.
So we're talking Lamborghini Gallardo with the paddles fast. It's freaking fast.
And quarter mile, it does it in...
I think it's 12 flat. It might be, I think I've heard of someone on a stock car getting into the 11s.
Obviously, there's a lot more involved, like the
Yeah.
temperature, the track temperature,
Yeah.
the tarmac, the rubber laid on the start line.
Right.
There's a lot more things involved. At some point, we will go to the drag strip and find out for ourselves what this baby does.
Yeah.
And at some point, I'm going to make a video on the M2 and the M2 competition, and that way I would be able to compare the RS3 with the M2.
Yes.
But that would be a separate video.
Right. One thing that's really great about this car is it is bonkers fast, but it comes from the factory with more than enough brakes for how fast the car is.
Absolutely. 8
pistons in the front. They're not a carbon ceramic. You can option those on, and then your electronic speed limiter does get raised to 174 from 155. I don't know how many times we all want to go down to Mexico to test that out. This one's limited to 155.
The center screen pops out, right?
Yes.
So in the 2017 models, you can put the screen down.
Would be nice, yes.
But on later models, at least in the US, you cannot put the center screen down while driving, while the car's on. You will only switch off, but wouldn't go in.
Right. You can only make it go in when you turn the car off.
Right, which is kind of silly.
It absolutely is. I've been told by Audi the reason for that is it's like some law with backup cameras.
Yes.
So if the backup camera comes up on this screen, this screen cannot disappear while the car is turned on.
Right. That's the same thing I heard.
The logic behind that, I mean, it's the same BS with the seats, I assume. Oh, it saves a little bit of weight. Whatever.
Right. But then again, with the weight thing, okay, I'm on their side because come on, dude, you're paying 50 grand more for the Porsche GT2 RS
with the buckets,
which give you no door handles. And they're for them to give you straps instead of door handles and not give you door handles, they're charging you 50 grand more, right?
Right.
So here it's the Focus RS, they're charging you more. They've just removed the electronic motors on the seat. So.
Right. And kudos to the gentleman who helped me out with my purchase. His line was really clever. It was because without electric motors in the seat, it sits lower, so you can sit lower with a helmet on so you don't hit your head. That was clever. I thought that was slick.
Oh yeah, totally.
That guy
did not
can sell
know.
a damn car.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's. I don't know if it's a sales trick or what, but you know what? It kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
it kind of sounds like bull. I don't know, but whatever the case may be, it is, again, it's a minor thing that kind of bugs me sometimes.
Right.
And it would never be an issue if I didn't share my car with my wife, and you know, it's okay.
Right.
I'll live.
So Quattro. You cannot sit in an Audi and not talk about Quattro.
Right. Too bad this one's Haldex. I kid. It is an excellent all-wheel drive. Actually, like I said yesterday, I was on a very spirited drive with a friend of mine.
Right.
We were up in the mountains having a good time, and I will say, you can feel, even in a Haldex, you can feel some active torque vectoring going on.
Right.
It's pretty neat. Not that I wasn't going at 10/10ths on a mountain road, but I was having fun, and there was times where I could feel one wheel is pushing me. It's kind of a cool sensation.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but where I believe that the Audi all-wheel drive system, which is the Quattro system,
Right.
is the best all-wheel drive system
Absolutely.
in the world currently.
Definitely. I would definitely agree. I think Subaru's is actually very good.
I would give it a second.
Yeah. Honestly, and I think Subaru would be a real competitor
Right.
if they had dual clutch transmissions for their automatics.
Right.
The garbage CVTs they put in their cars kill it.
Right.
In my opinion. And I know
then again,
I might catch flack for that, but
then again, I wouldn't compare because the Subaru's way slower of a car than this.
yeah, no, you're dumping 15 grand into an STI to get this kind of fast, and you're gonna blow your motor.
Yeah,
you will blow your
Subaru is
Subaru.
your typical 18-year-old vaping guy car.
Yeah, I did that at 19. It was fun.
Who pumps in like some money for the exhaust and a cheap eBay short shifter.
Just so you guys know, Jimmy described me at 19 just now.
And it's sad to see grown men drive Subarus with eBay short shifters, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Wow, I'm sorry. This seating position's not great.
I like the fact that being such a fast car, it still gives you blind spot monitors.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely faster, but you feel a lot more confident, as I said before. But if I'm taking turns and everything, it feels a hell lot more planted. So like, for example, if I'm, let's say, taking a turn at a very fast speed, and I did not know that there was a big pothole or like, let's say, a bit of a dip, and suddenly I come across it, I'll still be fine. I won't panic. I won't be like, whoa, what the hell's going on? Super planted. But at the same time, I also get what you're saying, that you would, on the back road, you would prefer the Focus RS.
Yeah.
And that is purely because this is so electronically supplemented and controlled.
That was an excellent word choice.
Right?
Supplemented.
Yeah. Even though it's ferocious and fast, it's put on a leash.
Yeah.
The Focus shouts out that even though I'm slower, I might kill you.
Yeah.
This is like, don't worry about it, I've got your back.
Yeah. It's an incredible daily,
Right.
but it's just not a track weapon.
Right. It's a more all-round car.
It's a grown-up's car.
Yeah.
Well, it's a young grown-up's car.
And like when they say that the natural progression from a BMW would be a Porsche, right? Similarly, a natural progression from a Subaru would be
An Audi.
when you're like, okay, I've got a proper job, I make good money, I need to move up in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
This is fun and everything one would need,
Right.
and a bit more actually.
Definitely. That much. Nice.
Oh, the manual is just
It's so precise.
yeah, it's way more fun.
The gearbox is really great on this.
Yeah.
It is. It really, really is.
Anyone who has not seen the virtual cockpit, oh my god, that thing actually blows you away.
Yeah.
So the RS models have a little different virtual cockpit.
Right.
It's amazing. No one needs a virtual cockpit, don't get me wrong, but it's once you see it, it becomes a must-have from I don't need it.
Right. It's something I'm worried when I don't own this car anymore. That's something I'm going to miss.
Yeah. Hopefully by that time, every brand would have something similar.
Right.
I think Range Rover has something like this.
I think I've seen something like that from Range.
BMW has something like
Yeah,
that.
I think
Porsche,
Benz has something too.
Benz has something too. Porsche has something too. But Porsche has it in like one of those dial thingies.
Yeah.
But again, as of now, as of today, like
Yeah.
there is nothing that comes close to the Audi's virtual cockpit.
Correct.
And even their new generation virtual cockpit that's on the Q8, or even the last car I drove was S7, the newer version of the virtual cockpit. That's still amazing.
Turn radius, not bad.
I think it's amazing. But
Yeah.
again, it's a small wheelbase car. Turning radius is great.
Yeah, no, I mean that's actually one place that the Focus was pretty not great with is the turn radius.
Oh, really?
I think it has something to do with Audi having built lots of all-wheel drive cars over the years. They've kind of mastered how to make those axles turn that sharp.
Right.
But the turn radius on the Focus was actually pretty bad. You're making a U-turn on a 2-lane road.
Right.
It was pushing it. You were getting real close to the curb. Whereas this, you were inside of the bike lane just now. Like it wasn't even close.
Yeah.
I don't know if that has much to do with Audi's pedigree making a lot of all-wheel drive cars, but I'm just sure it's something as an engineering standpoint they've gotten better at over years.
And I like how they give you the automatic shifter knob that looks like a manual.
Just to remind me of what I don't have.
Yep.
I would say I kind of wish the paddles were a little bit nicer material, like kind of a plastic.
They're saving weight, Tyler.
Yeah,
Leave them alone.
we can call cheaping out whatever you want to call it, man.
They're saving weight.
It's cheaping out. I mean,
It's just nice to have two different perspectives.
Right.
Because people who are going to be watching this video, they'll all have an opinion.
Right.
You know what they say about opinions, right? Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one.
Yeah, that's
Right?
true.
So I'm sure they all will have opinion. If you have them, opinions I'm talking about, write in the comments below. But let us know what you think about the pedal shifters. I mean, I think they're saving weight. Tyler here thinks that they're cheaping out. Let us know what your opinion says.
Several bad puns later.
I've driven Tyler's car and I've driven RS3s in general. You've owned more cars than I have. What's your total overall view on the RS3?
I think it is a great daily. Do not think that you should buy this car if it's going to be your weekender. I just think there's better options out there for that.
Right.
If you don't drive stick, this is a lot more fun, I guess. For me, it's a little hard to call it my weekend car. It's a really nice day-to-day car. It's fast. It's super nice.
So here's what I would say. It's powerful. We cannot take that away from it. I mean, 400 horsepower in a light car like this, that is a lot. But the electronics and the all-wheel drive system and Audi's safety systems mellow it down a lot,
Definitely kind of watered down.
If there's a parent who wants a safe car, no, don't get it for your kid.
Don't do that.
Because, I mean, any car could kill you, but... this is probably...
You just got a 20-year-old whose mom was going to buy him one. So excited right now.
Compared to a lot of other cars that are pure lethal, this handles the power in a more docile way. So now, there are two ways of looking at it. Some people might not like the fact that it has been mellowed down or controlled, and some people might love the fact that you can throw it around without being a bit too worried. It is always in control. So let us know what your take on it is, and leave a comment below. But overall, it's a great car. I would definitely get it for the price, for the power. It's definitely an all-round car. Works in the snow. If you
Absolutely.
wanted to take it to the track, it's not like a no-go. It will.
No, it
You'll
totally
still have
could
a
do
lot.
it.
Yeah, you'll still have a lot of fun on the track as well. Do some Scandinavian flicks and have the back end come out.
Right.
But it requires a bit more talent than just rear-wheel drive car drifting.
And I will say, with the brakes and everything, going to the track really would not be a daunting task in this.
And your daily driver, you have your Apple CarPlay, you have your navigation, you have your
Yeah.
blind spots.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
4
a
doors.
perfect, it's
shove
a
up a
perfect
couple of
around
people in the
towner.
back.
You know,
Yeah.
it's not terribly small. You could fit real grown-ups in the back seat.
So I mean,
It's
it's
an
as all
excellent
round as
car.
it gets.
Yeah.
And it's still a good looking car. Compared to the A3 and the S3, it still attracts attention. Like it's still out there, but it's not over the top out there.
Right.
It's subtle. So if you're going to work in a tie and a suit, you can still take this and it's not obnoxious.
Yeah.
Whereas maybe Focus RS, you might want to think
I
twice.
did look silly showing up to work in a suit and tie and a Focus RS.
Right? So
Man-child syndrome right there.
And as grown-ups, we all don't want to admit it. We're all car guys. We still don't want to admit that we're grown-ups. And when this car comes on and when that engine makes that noise, the kid within you still enjoys it,
Yeah.
but a part of you is saying, hey, I'm a grown-up and I need to behave. This car addresses both sides of a car guy's personality. The one where it says, hey, now you got to be a grown-up, and then one side says, no, you got to be a kid and push the car. It addresses both those sides.
And
Well, it's a nice car.
exciting
Tyler, congratulations on
Thank
your
you.
new car. I'm very happy for you. We'll call it a day today with that. If you haven't subscribed already, please press the subscribe button. And if you like this video, give us a thumbs up.
If Jimmy gets 1,000 subscribers, I'll tune it.
You might have to. Thanks for watching. See you later. Ciao.